Guys, the channel members have found what is perhaps the ultimate MHGR video. This is Rimmy's Cry Heretic and Let's Slip the Warhound Arma 3 40k Fustercluck of Onlywar. This is like all my favorite things combined into one video. Let's get into it.
Where did Wrath go? How do I lose a Titan?
How many do we have on hand?
Unfortunately, sir, a shipment of 100 Baneblades has just gone out to serve.
I see.
Is this... Okay, I gotta shout out the HUD here. This is basically the exact HUD of MechWarrior Online. A visual, you've got your graphical display of your armor status. The radar's a little different, but man, we are channeling some serious battle tech. I am so glad we don't have battle mechs on the real battlefield. That said, none of these men appear to have pants, and one of them appears to not even have armor. So the questions only deepen here. Also, why does this look like it was recorded on an LCD TV? So I just want to point this out. You know, tanks do not need roads to drive, but man, they really, really fare better on roads and other cleared areas. In fact, there's a lot of places tanks can't go. And so I always wonder, you know, tanks sort of require like maneuvering on a battlefield with a lot of human beings with roads and towns on them. So I wonder how useful a tank would really be in the 40k universe, where most worlds they're fighting on may not be populated or may be really sparsely populated. I mean, think, these tanks cannot drive on the mountains, so a mountainous world is not tank accessible. They can't drive through heavy forests, so heavily forested natural worlds aren't accessible. Water worlds aren't really accessible. In fact, it seems like instead of being a standard issue piece of equipment, that tanks would be more like a specialty equipment for a subset of urban and suburban worlds. Okay, shout out to the tank for shooting what appear to be droplets of water at a tower. That was a very systematically collapsing building. Just want to point out that for a lot of buildings to have them fall in such a way is actually a product of really carefully done demolition, right? If you don't carefully demolish a building, it can, well, produce a huge cloud of debris falling, you know, pulverized, powdered stuff falling into the air. It could be a real disaster. I hope this music, this very dramatic music, is not copyrighted. Wait. Let's see what it says on the car. Come on, there we go. You do what you do, I'll do the voodoo. Okay, well, I don't know if they realize this, but if you try to do voodoo in the 40k universe, you will 100% get disappeared by the Inquisition. Like 100%. All right, that was very dramatic.
Praise be. Praise be.
Oh my god!
What the fuck?
That's classified. Shut up.
That's classified. Shut up!
I hear nothing.
So, okay, one of the things that's interesting is the existence of a weapon is not necessarily the part of it that's classified, right? You can look up footage and videos of, say, an MATV. That's not classified, right? The Pentagon releases footage of those all the time. But what's maybe classified is the inner workings, the technical operation of systems within them. So there's a difference between seeing an MATV and seeing it on the battlefield, or like an F-35, another great example. You've probably seen, if you're in the United States, you've probably seen an F-35, maybe on a flight trial or something. But does that mean that seeing it is classified? No, of course not. Its existence is public, but the avionics, the high-end optics, the visuals, the guidance systems, those things, the technical details about what makes it tick, that is what's classified. In fact, there's even a type of classification that is done called classification by aggregation. It's if you were to take a bunch of publicly available knowledge and compile it into something that's actually classified. Again, if you were to somehow get every individual part of an F-35, right, not in and of themselves classified, but if you were to, say, show a schematic of how they all fit together, that may be classified.
Over there, they're digging trenches. You may want to go and, I know.
Anyway, so
Okay, I'm just going to point this out that we laugh and are like, digging trenches, that's useless in modern warfare. Actually, digging fighting positions or trenches to protect yourself from bombardment from artillery or airstrikes is actually still very much a modern activity. If you look at the war in Ukraine, right, those battle lines are actually just trench warfare. Those areas, the trenches are safe from artillery bombardment, safer. They are safe from some airstrikes, though the biggest thing keeping air assets from hitting either side is the robust air defense systems. But if the air assets are out of the fight, that leaves you basically with just artillery, and you can defend from artillery the old-fashioned way, digging a hole in the dirt.
Oh dear, this is a weird radio.
I really enjoy this bolt pistol.
Ready to go?
I appreciate that, unlike the real army where, you know, killing a friendly is considered a war crime, here it's considered like slightly less important. It's a bigger issue that he used a bullet to do it when he could have, you know, not wasted the Emperor's valuable resources.
The commissariat has arrived!
I'm gonna try and get out and get back.
I wonder, okay, would an anime girl on the side of a van be heresy? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to say no.
Again, this is a good idea. I almost died.
All ground elements, this is Retribution. May the Emperor be with you this day.
Never doubt it is you that stems the tide of evil that flows upon our righteous shore. It is you, in your countless millions, who smash aside the alien, who crush the heretic, and who grind the unbeliever into the dirt beneath your boots.
Ooh, it sounds good when you say it, but when you're literally being eaten alive by a Tyranid, it's just the words just don't resonate quite as much.
Soldiers of the Imperial Guard,
Rita, mount up, let's go.
Sorry, can't hear you over the Titan.
For the immortal Emperor.
Don't tread on me, I believe is
Just making an appearance.
It is an old Terran saying.
Look how sexy that thing is. Digby, that thing has a fucking void shield. That's how sexy this thing is.
It looks fucking awesome. I will
It is
fully admit,
scary to
that's
drive past. Like, look at that!
It's fucking massive.
It's awe-inspiring.
Or I love Australians adding R's to things that don't have all R's. It's awe-inspiring.
Witness the power of the Adeptus
Mechanicus
Mechanicus.
moving out.
Harbinger, have you spotted any contacts yet?
They're taking small arms fire, but no direct armor yet.
Good copy. Please mark things on map as you notice them, or as you identify. Feel free to blast away any light infantry, but remember, you are not a tank.
Not a tank, eh? So here's the problem with blasting away light infantry. Unless you're the main body of your force, if you're just a recon element, you don't want to blast away anything. And that is because you don't want to alert them to your position. Again, if the enemy has artillery or tanks, which we know that they do, you don't want to reveal your position by taking out light infantry. Otherwise, they will just withdraw and call in an arty strike onto your position, eliminating your main body's eyes and ears, right? Fighting, sometimes winning is, cowardice is the better, discretion, there you go. Discretion is the better part of valor. It took me a minute to remember the phrase there.
We have actual tanks for that.
Hey, Frank.
I'm pretty sure we're using every single piece of kit in There Is Only War for this mission. We'll see. Oh, for fuck's... Warhorse, can you please remind your chimeras that their brakes are to be used when they need to stop and not to brake check our own vehicles? Does anyone else see a Titan just sort of drifting over to the...
Oh, it's gliding along the railroad tracks, of course.
Right?
I don't think I did anything.
It's got that roller skate action.
What am I watching? And when I say investigate, I mean level it.
Okay, I love the KFC logo. I'm just going to point out that, maybe in the far future, right, things that are considered like routine or kind of cheesy to us may be seen as badass, antiquated symbols to others. An example might be like the Crusader Cross, right, of the Knights Templar. To medieval, like, noble, that might have just been the equivalent of the two arches of McDonald's, right? The Crusaders, while we love to think of them as being, defending Christendom, they did a bunch of other really boring stuff. Like, for example, they were one of the earlier proto-banks and proto-trusts, where knights would actually form a trust and place their land holdings into the care of the local Knights Templar. Often these were monks, they weren't warriors, right? And they would run the estate in the absence of the noble, because of course the noble was fighting for the Crusades. Sometimes the nobles would actually have, again, a proto banking system where the noble would say, okay, I'm going to deposit a large store of valuables, let's say gold or another high value item, even land, with the Templar, the local Templar chapter, and then the Templar head brother would write out a script that says, Knight such and such has given to the Templar chapter of our province in France $10,000 worth of gold. He would take that, go all the way to his crusade, arrive in Jerusalem, find the Knights Templar, and say, look, a signed, sealed form that says, I deposited $10,000 worth in my Templar chapter in France. And the local Templar chapter says, great, here is $10,000 in gold coins. And that was like an early form of wealth storage and wealth transfer that could occur only because of the breadth and expanse of the administrative entity of the Knights Templar.
Oh no!
All that to say, it probably looked a little bit like Wachovia Bank. And imagine like putting that, 200 years from now, somebody's like, I'm a symbol of the glory of our past, Wachovia, right? You're just like, what? How did you miss this?
No!
We'll be on it in just a second. Heading for the document.
It's fine. The machine spirit is indeed.
Wow, that thing did a gnarly kickflip.
Oh, fuck.
And now, coming to you live on a Saturday evening by your box, it's Titans on Ice.
That's pretty good.
Some sort of fuckery going on in the town, over.
Oh, prepare to get Grey Knighted. Everybody's getting exterminated after this.
Understood. Warp fuckery registered. Commissars, there's warp fuckery.
Let's just go straight through this.
Very well. We have basically cleared the factory objective. Majority of buildings cannot be entered.
There's infantry around.
Understood. Continue to clear buildings that can
Lars and I can marry to disturb the shit out of me.
Clear scared the hell out of me. To the regroup point afterwards.
I mean, the nice thing about fighting most of the things the Imperial Guard fights is friend and foe identification is comparatively easy, right? If you're corrupted by chaos, of course you look like a spiky monster, and if you're not, right, you're probably an alien, right? So if you see a human, you can be marginally certain you're not supposed to shoot them. That said, friend and foe identification, not this close, but sometimes at distance can be pretty tough. Especially if you're fighting a proximately human-sized alien, like, say, the Tau, at a great distance, and a guardsman may just look like a Tau. But that's why you have battle lines, right? Because it's meant to be very easy. to distinguish friend from foe. Your friends are the ones to your left and right, and the foes are the ones in front of you. And when things get all mixed up and crazy, it's because the battle is going south for one party.
Okay, we got infantry spread around us, so just, yeah, let's just
southeast from our position for us to the point.
So start spinning in circles at full speed.
exactly.
I love the absolutely comically bad sights on the bolt pistol, which makes sense because the bolt pistol's barrel is like this big, right? So it's not going to hit anything beyond like 25 meters.
What the fuck am I hearing? Ah, the Titan's dick has descended, yeah.
Are they dismounting for an Imperial Titan?
I don't even know how the Princeps is getting out, to be honest. It would be heresy if Digby could actually run away from me. He appears to be sliding back.
Yes.
Wow, there's so much warp action going on. The level of warp corruption is truly astounding. I'm definitely going to get inquisitioned just for talking about this.
There he goes.
That man there! You! Did you dismount from an Imperial Titan without specific orders to do so? It broke?
Digby's shouting at a Titan now.
What do you mean it broke?
Our faith was not strong enough,
Your faith was not strong enough, was it?
The spirits have taken over.
Heresy corrected. Where are you, boss?
Alive heretics in the trench line?
Yeah, they're alive.
Alright, go ahead and set up in good positions. Mark where you are on map right now, and the rest of us three will move up to your position so we can start taking them on this time.
Let me know when you have your shots lined up.
Yeah, this is a squad on my order. If you're facing the trench line, give fire. If you're not, focus on the rest of the town and make sure nobody tries to sneak up on us. On my mark. Mark.
Yeah, so this is actually a really relatively good example of suppressive fire. But as you can see, right, you notice that there's actually excellent cover for the heretics behind the sandbag bunkers. Now, what you would want to do to sort of finish the job, you can see that if you were able to flank around and get at a 90-degree angle relative to the bunkers, that by covering behind them to protect from the support by fire position, the view that we have now, if there were other Imperial Guard, like right here, shooting this way, those heretics would be fully exposed. This is the fundamental component of what's called a flanking maneuver, right? You have a support by fire, keeps the enemy's head down behind, say, a tree like this or behind a bunker like that. And then you have a maneuver element come to the left or right and flank. And then at one point, the support by fire will stop firing and the maneuver element, God, I should remember, it's not maneuver element, it's something else. But the assault element, there you go, the assault element is going to push across, firing at the now exposed heretics. So this is not as effective as it could be for an ambush.
Oh, we're shock troopers, alright. Go ahead and start taking after trinkets. Come on. We're about to be good.
Yeah, I'm going into shock.
Hey, it's alright, guys.
Shock troopers going to shock. Nice. It's a pun.
I found one of our vehicles.
Oh, yes,
You gotta hit me with. Can I get a status update from Aquila?
Yes, those are heretics. Rita!
Look at that terrible aim. I mean, look, you can't hit anything.
Get your gun!
Heretic.
Oh my god, I got him!
Wow. It's things that are statistically impossible.
These things are fucking awesome! Guns up!
Here it is.
Heresy!
Here.
Oh god.
Okay, the purple smoke is probably a bad sign in 40k universe. That dude's about to fight like a demon.
Commissars! Commissar, there appears to be heresy!
I wrote it. Notes on it. To annotate. And study.
I seem to remember you trying to hit it on chat.
No, not the face.
You at the end of this operation.
But.
Damn, he just got blammoed.
Medicaid! A heretic Astartes!
He's thoroughly been dealt with.
Hostile inside the purple smoke.
Oh dear fucking god! Commissar, we require morale improvements.
Morale improvements seem like what the guy who defaced the pamphlet there just got. His morale seems, well, neutral.
To what I've seen inside of there. Close the doors. Get out.
Right, you clear up here, Livesey. I'll go and address the men.
Yes, right. I'll be sure to dispose of the
Oh, not again.
I am my blood to the Emperor and I pray for
Pray
his
that
pillars.
justice is served. I offer my body on the altar of the battlefield. I pray he grants me a noble death.
This is their idea of raising morale. Dude, you have to give people like food and a shower to raise morale. That man doesn't even have pants.
Battlefield. And I pray he grants me a noble death.
I pray for his protection, and I offer all that I am.
I pray for his protection, I offer all that I am.
Go with the beneficence of the Emperor behind you, men. And remember, the commissariat is always watching.
That last part, that will sort of raise morale in the sense that they're less likely to run.
But the slightest
For the Emperor!
To what?
Let's get rolling.
Inspiring.
Digby, follow them. You found your squad.
I mean, it's always funny. So there's the propaganda version of things and then the real version of things, right? And I just want to point out that, you know, in things like World War II propaganda, it always sort of depicts like the brave soldier fighting for the Soviet Union, you know, his commissar motivating him to fight. And undoubtedly the commissars like did have that function, but you can't really make people fight with like pure tyranny, right? Yes, commissars probably were authorized to shoot people in the head if they ran, but there's almost just no way psychologically a person could deal with the level of abuse and still be an effective fighting force. I think you're much more likely to see a situation in which either men were mostly had their morale sustained by food and warm clothing and additional rations. Those are things that make you feel a little better. Even just rotating off of the front after a lot of heavy fighting is going to raise the morale of your units. And at the end of the day, I mean, a bad war is a bad war, but creature comforts are the real huge difference maker, not a reminder of the importance of, you know, the workers' collective or the emperor's will or whatever. That's mostly stuff for propaganda films.
Well, we are also going the same way. I'm just going to go a different way from Digby because I'm afraid he'll shoot me. Come on, Livesey.
Purity 1, there's a mech to the east of town. Is that friendly?
Lightning hit the purple smoke.
Heresy?
Please regroup at Mark.
I don't feel comfortable with that.
If we can't explain it, it's heresy.
Four targets bearing 254. Driver, turn us. Turn us northwest.
Driver, halt. Halt and turn.
Yeah, this is pretty classic. I wonder if this is how real inter-tank communications is. I don't actually know. Never done any like inter-tank sort of work. Never seen how they operate. So this could be a completely legitimate way to be like driver turn, driver rotate, etc., etc.
God, I love these.
They have been purified.
Yeah, just try and get inside the car as best you can.
I think the server's dying, honestly.
Yeah. Gentlemen, it's been an honor serving with you.
I'm gonna cry.
Non-heresy anime girl. That's the only non-heretical thing we've seen. So I guess, is KFC heresy? I mean, they don't have chicken in 40K, I think. Certainly not Imperial Guardsmen, but is the existence of fried chicken itself heresy? No, I'm going to say no, it's probably not.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. I forgot the lyrics. Life is old there, older than the tree.
This is so badly sung. Also, I don't know if they're in even an Arma depiction of West Virginia. Is this good enough to get copyright claimed, guys? I will actually try to let you know in the comments if this gets a hit with a copyright strike or not. Country road. Damn it. Shit. Okay. Oh, damn it. No! Oh, nice. Arma 3 Nuclear Winter. He's advertising. All right, shout out to that. Let me know also in the comments if you want me to check that bad boy out. No! No, stop! Stop! Is this... Damn it. Okay.
Okay, guys.
There we go.
I hereby charge you under Article IG 3645/67K. Any soldier who behaves himself with disrespect in word or action to an officer or anyone of higher rank will be shot.
Beautiful.
Well, you know, that's judge, jury, and executioner. That's what's called administrative punishment. See, in the modern military, there's 2 tiers of sort of disciplinary action. The first is called administrative punishment, and the standard for punishing someone is actually pretty low. It's something that even at a company commander level, they have the authority to impose, and you can take junior enlisted's rank, you can take pay, you can impose extra duty. You actually have a number of options, right? And that can encompass low-level disciplinary infractions that are mostly to ensure the good order and discipline of the unit. Showing up late to formation, you know, it can also be a sort of catch-all if someone engages in conduct where you don't think you can get a conviction, you have the right to throw administrative punishment at them, right? So the other level is, of course, UCMJ, Uniform Code of Military Justice, and that is actually a like quasi-constitutional, like trial by jury, proven beyond a reasonable doubt, I think. But unlike the U.S. that has a set of laws governed chiefly by the Constitution, this set of laws is not. You know, disrespecting an officer is a crime under UCMJ that they can try you for, whereas being disrespectful to someone isn't really a crime in the civilian world.
There we go. As always for Heretics, Medicaid!
That was our Medicaid. Can you take my pilot's
Did I shoot the Medicaid?
No. Yes.
Can I
Medic, heal thyself.
Good lord.
Heretic?
Don't get them started, please.
What's our next objective?
We still need to sweep the town, but we're probably now.
I appreciate the idea that Lenagor said clear. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Elite Cast, can you please leave my squad alone? They are easily agitated and I need all of their focus to survive this battle.
Did somebody say Heretic?
Get in, loser, we're killing heretics.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
The commissar just executed one of the infantry.
As it should be.
He was being sassy, I think.
The yassification of the Imperial Guard is one of the most heretical trends.
Sounds about good, right?
I think this is 100% true. If you're in any sort of like special role, you assume that you're better and look down upon the struggles of other people in less desirable roles.
I'm also okay with this.
Oh no, more music!
I hear the little Mac next to us. The baby Mac is next to us.
Warhound? Question mark?
No, wait for them to pass right by us, and then I'm gonna blow their eardrums out. Ready?
Why would you add that? Like, think about it. Who could they be fighting that would serve to intimidate them? For orcs, it's just going to make them more enthused about fighting you. For Tyranids, they won't care at all. Maybe heretics will be a little scared, but, you know, the forces of chaos, unlikely to be deterred. So why have a Warhound at all? Maybe to raise the morale of the troops who are being slaughtered wholesale?
From the Green Mountain radio tower. How do you copy?
It's like a flock of the little ones. How cute. Isn't that cute? Infantile little adolescent mechs. Keep in mind that our top speed in the big manly testosterone fueled mech is 28 kilometers per hour.
Warhorse, please break off to the northeast.
28 kilometers an hour. That's like 17 miles an hour.
To provide firepower. Holy shit! A Titan is firing over our fucking heads! Ho
Brad, did you see that bunker to your right?
What's your position? I got some.
Yes, it's good.
Okay, I'm just going to point this out. This is the most dangerous place to stand if you are supporting a Titan for a couple of reasons. One, you're directly beneath a huge target. So if that thing were to get hit, shrapnel would be coming down directly onto you. That's bad. Also, if the Titan were to get hit with a large blow and be staggered, assuming it has some sort of gyroscope stabilizers, right, or its feet will reset into a more stable position as it tries to maintain its balance, making you expendable and highly crushable, right? But 3, you can't really support the Titan from that because it's blocking you. Right? You want to be able to see around the Titan so you can secure it from threats too close for it to engage.
Do not. Why don't you fill me in, brother? What kind of bunker are you talking about?
Yes, I can fire out from between your legs! I am
I
immortal!
see the bunker. What do you want to happen to it? I don't want to see it anymore.
Oh god, I can't see anymore!
They're friendly as an ass. Fuck them.
Digby, look! We're invulnerable inside of the void shield and we can...
Oh, interesting. They have a suppression mod. Oh, that's cool. So it's like harder to shoot and aim when you're being suppressed. That's actually pretty cool.
shoot out of it!
That's pretty good.
I know, it's great. It's a mobile command center now. Right between the Titan's legs. Although when the guns fire, it's rather hard to see.
I mean, if you really were that close to a gun of that size, it would actually probably be disorienting, especially for the commissar who has no ear protection, and each one of those probably feels like an artillery shell going off, right? And so to have that happen again and again and again is actually going to probably like make you feel like your brain's being rattled.
Oh wow, we're getting the fucking casings are dropping out as well.
Oh, another good reason to not be under the Titan legs. The barrel-sized casings of spent shells.
Okay. Oh my god, behind us the Stomper, I can just see it over the tops of the houses and it's beautiful.
Yeah, plasma should be on them.
That Titan is beautiful. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a hind in there somewhere above us. Wrath will do our best.
To the left.
I'm looking around. I haven't seen a lick of it. It's right in front of us. I'm gonna rotate. It should be right in front of us in a few seconds. Aim up, aim up, aim up.
What gun am I in?
You got it. Nice shooting. Nice fucking shooting. Enemy hind vaporized.
Yeah, Hind taking on a battle mech. Yeah, and that's not a that's a one-sided battle. Also, that Hind was flying really low. Logic dictates it should have been way out of small arms range and just be dropping hellfires from like a mile away.
Unit Sterling Electro, this is Repent about to set off a controlled det. Please clear the area marked on map. Detonating in 10 seconds. Unit, fire in the hole, fire in the hole, fire in the hole.
Oh my gosh, that was proper radio procedure. I'm so weirded out.
Wait a second, are they blowing up a mosque?
Commander, this is Wrath.
Oh my god, they are!
FYI, the Emperor's stance is clear. Mosques and churches out.
Oh god, I love the timing.
That's ours. That's ours. Cease goddamn fire. No, you shot the Valkyrie.
Only 2 rounds that I missed. Force 2 take pot shots at the Valkyrie.
I can vaguely hear Rimmy quite angry behind us. I don't know what about.
Angry Australian noises. Love it.
I'm here.
Scamu, next time you get in our fucking AO, call it over radio, you dumb cunt, or I'll order Wrath to shoot you down.
Operator Cheeky Bariki. Okay. It's a Tarkov reference. I like it.
Cut across the chimeras, go on the right side. Past the burning tanks.
See what I mean? When you look at the Titan and then you look at the Sentinels.
So it's mothering her babies, isn't it?
Yeah. Look at him. Never talk to me or my child again.
Nice.
If you look at the Sentinel, the guy in the top is sort of like bouncing outside of it. I love it. Look at him, he's shooting his las gun. He has a las cannon, and he's using his fucking las gun. Oh fuck!
This is Warhound.
That focus. It's essential.
We have moved forward and we have just engaged hostile parties.
This is why you don't drive distracted!
Don't text and drive. Don't look at the sentinels and drive.
What I like to do is I like to inject a shit ton of EPIs into one arm and a shit ton of morphines into the other, and then remove the tourniquets at the same time, see which one hits my heart first.
What the fuck? That's the most insane thing I've ever heard.
You're happy and you know it. Praise the Emperor.
General, I hate to tell you, but commissars have commandeered a Leman Russ. Over. Where the fuck did you get a Leman Russ?
This is actually sort of a real problem of having political officers, is that political officers sort of have their own independent chain of command, and the more uppity ones may actually start to interfere with combat operations because human beings' egos are just like that. It's hard if you believe you're good and knowledgeable about one thing that you think you're knowledgeable about everything else, right? And this is so common when you have someone who is like, you know, the classic one is like medical doctors who will tell you about nutrition, right? Or that's not even a great example. Like someone who's like a medical doctor giving their opinion on which candidate you should vote for. Like, no, nothing in a medical doctor's training prepares them to understand the ins and outs of politics or economics. You know, and that's just one example, right? You can look around and see the number of times you have an economist who has a strong feelings about medical care policy, right? Experts, it's like if you're good at one thing, you just can't help yourself but try to thrust your opinion into others. And that's really common for political officers or anyone in a separate chain of command to thrust their expertise and assistance into matters that they don't actually have any knowledge in. And stealing a Leman Russ and remaneuvering it to the consternation of a commanding officer would be something that I would absolutely expect to happen for the commissars. God, those sights are so bad.
My god, the bolt pistol brings down buildings. Enemy artillery dropping on Wrath. Jesus.
That is a lot of rounds.
These guns real quick.
South side of the airfield.
General, these guns are heretic guns.
They are being repurposed for the purpose of the glory of the Emperor and shall be destroyed later, much like penal troopers.
This seems reasonable.
Jesus.
Picking up a heretical titan.
Heretical Titan.
Wrath smell.
Okay, I want to see this Titan on Titan fight.
That was a Heretical Titan 330. That pink smoke way out there. Here it comes. All right, if you're driving, move forward.
Wow, that's a lot of rounds.
Fuck. Yeah, no, we didn't do this quick enough.
By the God Emperor. There's a lot of them. Somewhere in the universe, a coin flip lands on its side. Somewhere in the universe, a drop of water saves a life. Somewhere in the universe, a pebble stops a landslide. Maybe it's because someone believed hard enough. Maybe it's because everything is secretly fair.
In Warhammer 40k, you know what mod you're playing, right?
Maybe it's because the universe is a vast place.
This is Wrath! We just got lit by that fucking Titan. And
Yesterday I was very cold. Yesterday I was very hungry. Yesterday I wanted to run away. Today
this dude is dead.
I'm gonna believe hard enough. Today a pebble will stop a landslide. Today I am not going anywhere. For the Emperor!
Those rounds aren't even like close to impacting.
All Imperial forces, diverge northwest, all fire! I demand all fire upon that Titan!
Okay, hold. Stop. You're, okay.
Wow, that lag is kicking their asses. The Titan doesn't even need to shoot. They're just gonna whiff every shot anyway.
Okay, evasive maneuvers, go. They're firing on us.
The Leman Russes are here. We may yet be saved. Lemans, open up! Wipe that Titan from the face of this earth!
Remy! The Void Shield! The Void Shield's down on the enemy Titan. The shield's down.
Void Shield is down! Leman Russ! Exact vengeance!
These are not formal commands.
It is charging the enemy Titan to plant explosives on it.
It's dead! It's dead!
I love the death sequence of it just going plop.
The Emperor protects.
Ooh, buddy. Ooh, buddy. They did it. They did it, friends. They saved West Virginia. Thank God. Praise the Emperor. The 50th state in the Union is saved. I'm just kidding. West Virginia is beautiful. Okay, guys, thanks so much for joining me onto this look in to the intersection of Arma 3, Warhammer, and weird, goofy video game content creators. There is only war. And Arma 3. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.